2010. Johannesburg. A nation holds its breath. Then, Sipiwe Shabalala pulls the trigger, and the loudest vuvuzela noise you've ever heard goes absolutely nuclear. South Africa had just scored the opening goal of their own World Cup against Mexico. Fast forward 16 years, same two teams, same opening match of the World Cup, but this time, Mexico has 87,000 screaming fans behind them. They're at home. This is Penalty Pages. Make sure to subscribe for more football-related content, and ring the bell for notifications. At the Azteca, at 7,200 feet above sea level, and they have something to prove. After humiliating themselves in the 2022 Qatar World Cup, going out in the group stage for the first time in decades. Can Bafana do it again? Can this underdog South African side, ranked 60th in the world, silence the loudest stadium in Latin America on the biggest stage in football? This is Penalty Pages. Let's break it all down. Before we even talk players and tactics, let's talk about the battlefield, because this venue alone is a factor. Estadio Azteca, Mexico City, officially renamed Mexico City Stadium for this World Cup. Capacity, 87,523. It's the largest stadium in Latin America. It hosted the 1970 World Cup Final, the 1986 World Cup Final, Diego Maradóna's Hand of God, Pelé lifting the trophy, and now it opens a third World Cup. Something no other stadium in history has ever done. But here's the factor nobody outside football fully understands. Altitude. Mexico City sits 2,240 meters above sea level. 7,200 feet. The air is thinner. Your lungs work harder. A team that isn't acclimatized to this will fade in the second half. Their legs will go. Their pressing becomes sloppy. Mexico knows this. They train here. They live here. South Africa, coming from sea level, this will hit them, especially after the 60th minute. Mexico's own football commissioner said it himself. We have a massive advantage as the host country because we're playing at the Estadio Azteca. With our fans and the altitude, it's a very potent setting. Crowd split, realistically, 85% Mexico, maybe 5 to 8% South African. Rest, neutral. South African fans are passionate travelers. We've seen them at the Club World Cup. But this is essentially a Mexico home game on steroids. Right, let's get into teams. Starting with Mexico. Manager, Javier Aguirre. 67 years old, third stint in charge, is expected to set up in a 4-2-3-1. Here's the most likely starting 11. Goalkeeper, Raul Rangel. Right fullback, George Sanchez. Center back, Cesar Montes. Center back, Johan Vasquez. Left fullback, Jesus Gallardo. Defensive midfielder, Edson Alvarez. Defensive midfielder, Luis Romo. Right midfielder, Herving Lozano. Center attacking midfielder, Gilberto Mora. Left midfielder, Cesar Huerta. Striker, Raul Jiménez. Now the bench, because at the World Cup, subs win games. Santiago Jiménez, the AC Milan striker who believes he should start. He has 5 goals in 42 Mexico caps, and quality to come off the bench and change a tight game. If Jiménez tires in the altitude heat, expect Jiménez around the 65 to 70 minute mark. Next up, Brian Gutierrez. One of 6 World Cup debutants in this squad, the 21-year-old switched allegiance from the USA to Mexico just 6 months ago and has been electric. Coming up next, we have Julian Quiñones, finishing the Saudi season as the 5th top scorer behind Ronaldo, and Benzema brings a different physical profile to Jimenez. Direct, powerful, fast, a nightmare for tired center back. So Vargas comes. Raul Jiménez, the veteran warrior, age 35, club Fulham, caps 125, the most of any active Mexico player. He is the heart of this attack. Recent stats and form: 2025-26 Premier League season, 9 goals, 3 assists in the league. 9 goals in the 14 Mexico caps in 2025, nearly a goal a game. Scored a crucial equalizer in the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup final versus USA. This is his 4th World Cup. He's been there, he knows what it takes. Why watch out? He's not just a penalty box striker. He drops deep, links play, holds the ball up for Mora and Lozano to run beyond in a high-pressure, altitude-draining match. His experience becomes massive in the second half when tired defenders make mistakes. If Mexico are going to win this match, Jiménez finishes it. Up next, Gilberto Mora, the 17-year-old phenomenon, age 17, Club Tijuana. Recent stats and forms: 3 goals, 2 assists, and 5 games at the 2025 U20 World Cup. 7 goals and 44 appearances for the Tijuana in Liga Mexico. Insane for his age. Last but certainly not least, Edson Alvarez, the engine. Age 27. Club Fenerbahce. Captain. Recent stats and forms. Arguably the most important player of Aguirre era alongside Jiménez. Experienced injury issues in late 2025, but returns now the underdogs. And I mean that with full respect, because South Africa has a real tactical identity and some genuinely dangerous players. Their manager is Hugo Broos. He's a 74-year-old Belgian, and this is his last job ever. He announced that he will retire after this World Cup. He also played in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico. At this same tournament, that's a story in itself. Bruce sets up in a 4-2-3-1. Their expected starting 11: goalkeeper, Ronwen Williams. Right back, Julissa Mudau. Center back, Ime Okan. Center back, Mbeke Zeli Mbokasi. Left back, Aubrey Modiba. Defensive midfielder, Teboho Mokoena. Defensive midfielder, Jaden Adams. Right fielder, Chepang Maremi. Center attacking midfielder, Oswin Appollis. Left midfielder, Relebohile Mofeng. Striker, Lyle Foster. Let's take a look at the South African bench. First up, Relebohile Mofeng. He is 21, electric, and if Appollis or Maremi are having a quiet game, Mofokeng brings fresh legs and creativity off the bench, which could be huge later on. Next up on the bench, Evidence Makogapa. He's an alternative striker to Foster if Bruce needs more pace up front rather than hold-up play. Other substitutes are Ikram Rainers and Themba Zwing. Here's 3 players you want to watch from Bafana Bafana. Oswin Appollis, the game changer. Age 24, Club Orlando Pirates. Recent stats and forms: 8 goals and 26 caps for South Africa. Elite return for a winger. 4 assists during the World Cup qualifying, more than any other Bafana player. Why should you watch out? He's the player who makes South Africa unpredictable. His pace on the counterattack will test Mexico's fullbacks, especially Gallardo and Sanchez, who love to push forward. If Appollis gets in behind the Mexican defense even once, this game completely changes. Next up, Lyle Foster, the physical threat. Age 25, Club Burnley. Recent stats and forms: 10 goals in 27 plus caps for South Africa. Exceptional for a national striker. Why should you watch out? Physically, he's the most complete striker South Africa has ever sent to a World Cup. Last, but certainly not least, Ronwen Williams, the Wall. Age 34, Club Mamelodi Sundowns. Captain. Recent stats and form: 20 clean sheets in 45 games for the Mamelodi Sundowns this season. Holds the AFCON record for penalty saves. May never be beaten. The heartbeat of Bafana's defensive identity since 2021. Why should you watch out? If this game is tight and goes to the wire, Williams is the reason South Africa stay in it. He's the kind of goalkeeper that makes 87,000 fans go quiet with a single save. Mexico will need to be clinical because this man doesn't give you second chances. The key battle of this all, Gilberto Mora versus Toboho Mokoena in the center. If Mora gets time and space, Mexico creates an opening. If Mokoena wins the battle and disrupts Mexico's rhythm, in the first 30 minutes, South Africa stays in the game. Let's not forget about the altitude factor. After minute 60, South Africa will be running in trickle. Their pressing will drop, Mexico will have more space. This is when the game opens, and this is when Mexico's bench becomes crucial. Our second storyline going on will be Hugo Broos' last dance in Mexico. This is extraordinary. Hugo Broos, South Africa's 74-year-old coach, played in the 1986 World Cup in Mexico as a Belgian defender. He helped Belgium finish 4th in the tournament. 40 years later, he's standing on the same soil, this time as an opposing manager in his last match ever as a professional coach. If South Africa get a result here, it would be one of the greatest stories in the World Cup history. My prediction ends with Mexico up 2 and South Africa not scoring a single goal. Jiménez gets the first, probably a header or composed finish inside the box between 55 to 70 minutes when South Africa are running out of steam at the altitude. The second goal comes from either a Mora set piece or a Lozano Jiménez breakaway in the final 15. South Africa gives everything. They're disciplined, they're brave, but the altitude, the crowd, and Mexico's quality off the bench are just too much. Watch out for Appollis though. If anyone is going to spoil the party, it's him on the counter. One moment of magic, and suddenly Mexico are desperately defending at 1-0. But that's the full breakdown of the World Cup opener, Mexico versus South Africa, right here on Penalty Pages. Drop your score prediction in the comments. I want to see if any of you are backing the upset. If you enjoyed this, subscribe. We're breaking down every match of this World Cup the same way. Lineups, tactics, storylines, predictions, no filler, just football. See you on June 11th.